We get into this wet room, and she takes my robe, unceremoniously takes my robe, tells me to lie down, face up, no towel, no blanket, face up, sunny side, and no towel, no blanket. I'm laying there, I'm thinking, what's going to happen here? And all of a sudden, she starts literally throwing buckets of hot mineral water over me. Buckets of hot mineral water, front and back. And I'm kind of somewhat submerged now. And then she starts exfoliating me. Everywhere. Except for the obvious. And I'm starting to think, is this supposed to feel this good? I don't really think this is supposed to feel this good. And then more buckets of hot water and more buckets of hot water. And I'm kind of delirious. It's like a wonder wetland. And I forget about my hunger until I smell the yogurt. And now she's slathering yogurt all over me. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is not supposed to feel this good. And I have my mouth open, just hoping like someone will just drop into my mouth, just in the vicinity of my mouth, and I have my mouth open like a kid trying to catch a snowflake. And some gets in there, and it tastes like magic. It's so delicious. It's so perfect. It's so unbelievably good. And I peek an eye open, and I see it's coming out of a large can of Dannon, and I'm thinking, I have eaten days old yogurt. I'm sure it's fine. And then more buckets of hot water, and more buckets of hot water. And then she starts in with the honey. And I just open my mouth. And she says something in Korean to the lady next door, and she just squirts some into my mouth. It tastes like magic. It's so delicious. It's so perfect. It's so unbelievably good. She's rubbing it all over me. And then more buckets of hot water, and more buckets of hot water. And then she asked me to stand up. And I can, but my feet don't feel the floor. Mm-hmm. And she takes a hose, and she's going to hose me off. And I just scoop some honey off my chest. And I put it in my mouth. And she doesn't act like I'm doing anything weird and unusual. She just looks at me with empathy, like you do when you love someone a lot and they do some really weird shit. And in that moment, I decide to forgive my husband. And then back onto the table. And she pours buckets of milk all over me, everywhere. And I'm delirious. And I pretty much lost it. And more buckets of hot water, and more buckets of hot water. And then she asked me to sit up. And she gestures for me to cup my hands. She says, wash your face. And I drink it. She says something to me in Korean, and I say, can I have some more, please? I'm telling you, it tastes like magic. Mm-hmm. So delicious, so perfect, so unbelievably good. And then she puts hot towels all over me, and more buckets of hot water, and more buckets of hot water. And then she washes my hair. Not like the salon. Like a mother washes a brand new baby's head with love and so much care. And the tears are pouring out of my eyes and into the mineral water. And then she wraps up my head. And she starts to put the cucumbers, really cold, all over my face. And I get one. And then I just shove them all in my face. And they're like magic. They're so delicious, so perfect, so unbelievably good. Then I open my eyes, and she's vanished. So I head for the Dannon. I grab the Dannon, I shove more Dannon in my mouth, I'm choking on the cucumbers, I'm laughing, I'm crying, and Candy says, "What the hell is going on over there, Robyn?" And I cannot answer her. I throw a bunch of towels over my face, and I'm just kind of gasping. And then she's back, and she touches my arm, and she's just standing there with my robe. So I get up, I put my robe on. I put a kiss on her forehead. And then I just bow to her. And she bows back. I feel like magic. So delicious. So perfect. So unbelievably good.